Hey, what's up, everyone? The Godfather Dictator back with Mission 3, the Good Doctor. Here at the beginning, we're gonna make a run for it, and the guard, not this guard on the right, man, this guard here on the left, it's a 50-50% chance that he will not be looking at the door, or he will sometime be looking at the door. If it's the case, just restart to the beginning of the mission and reset. For this, we're gonna use the surrounding of the area to reach the whale oil tank, deactivated, and of course there's other way to get inside. You could probably break a window and get inside without deactivating the wall of light. I just feel like it's better for speed purposes when you come back. I will explain why later, but here, if you do it fast enough, okay, you know, sometimes guard got different type of pattern. Well, in that case, the pattern will stay exactly the same if you take out the whale oil tank before he finishes the conversation. And also at the same time, that sounds weird, but you're saving the civilian by interrupting the conversation. So he's gonna go look under the table right there. They're stupid where they're searching. I'm not gonna be hiding there, of course. And after this, we're gonna stand here behind the elevator that will be coming down. There will be a guard inside that elevator. Just wait for him to get out. And after, you will go straight to the top. Note that every time you take an elevator, okay, there's a bell. And why I'm saying the corner is because there's guard on the second floor, and I just don't want to get spot while I'm going up. So after this, okay, every time you get to a certain area with the elevator, there will be the bell of the elevator that ring, and that will every time alert the enemy around. But one thing that it is really good for is that, as you can see, because of that, it stopped their conversation that was in progress. So it makes you save like a lot of time overall, because you don't have to listen to their conversation, you know. So it's really nice. After this, we're gonna move to the recuperation area, and here I was checking just to make sure, but yeah, we're gonna head to the recuperation area. Here also in this area, again, we're gonna trigger more guard because of the the bell, really annoying. And here, unless you wanna sneak your way around, I suggest you just burn like certain keyness that will make your travel through this area much easier. And just look at the nest while they're burning, because for some reason, if you don't look at it, sometimes it will leave some blood fly alive that will just decide to attack you randomly. And the only reason why I did that, guys, even though again, if I could have went around slowly, it's because it will make the travel much faster, because we have to come back here twice during the mission. So first time now it's back and forth, and then another time it's back and forth. And because of that, I don't want to have to be sneaking my way around, and it's really annoying. So after we talk to the good doctor, we go talk to this patient. Now this part is key. I'm gonna let him speak, but real quick, you don't have a choice to listen to the conversation at least one time that's specific to your save game. If not, you will not get the save combination code. So you have to pay attention.
Changes to our mind. It's too late for me, but maybe you can still save her. She's a good person. What can I do in my safe? In disease treatment, you'll figure out how to make a killer serum. Help her. The safe code is 704.
704. As soon as we get that, we skip. We don't need anything else. And one thing that I want to explain to people so they get it, here doesn't matter, by the way, if you trigger her, as long as she doesn't get the full red meter, you're good. It doesn't matter, because she won't go outside that room, so it doesn't change anything. And you see now how fast the travel is. Okay, here is something important I'm gonna say. You see, I opened the door and there's a guard going by, but for some reason As he's about to get up, he realized that the door is open, and what that will do is that he will see the fucking nest of the bloodfly, and he will decide to go attack it. Honestly, it was really odd behavior from the AI, because usually when you open the door, they realize it like in the moment that the door is open, but for some reason he continued walking and only realized a few seconds later that the door was open, and then he decided to go attack a nest of bloodfly alone. So honestly, I won't miss him, and I don't care, because it's gonna be one guard less like patrolling the area, and I won't have to worry about him. So in my opinion, it's good. Now we're gonna use the chandelier to go down to the next area. Even though we could have used the elevator, you don't want to trigger the enemy with the elevator alarm. Okay, so now to get back with the save combination so that people understand how it works, it's quite simple, and it's the same for every combination in the game. Okay, so everyone at base get a different save combination. So for example, you could do your run, it's unlikely that you will get the same number I just got, but once you get that number on that specific save file, you know how you can create like 3 different campaigns. So, if for example you're playing on campaign 1, okay, and I got the code 704, if I restart at the beginning of the mission loading this save file that corresponds to the code that he gave me, it will always be 704, okay? And why is that information useful? Is because you can use it on other missions. There are certain missions where you got specific code that you have to know, okay? And what I did is I actually practiced the mission first, got to a certain area to know the code, then I restarted at the beginning and used that to my advantage to speed through certain area that would otherwise be like pretty slow, you know? And that's gonna be the same thing, okay, because I'm past mission 6 actually. I just did it yesterday, but it's gonna be the same thing for the mission 6, the Jindash riddle, you know? It's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna find it before. I'm not gonna waste time trying to find the damn solution on video for 30 minutes, because that's another thing, guys. Walkthrough, like, you have to know where you're going. A lot of people on YouTube, they type walkthrough and you can see like that for 20 minutes he has no clue where the fuck he's going. That's a playthrough, and I would even call that a blind playthrough at this point. And yeah, basically that's not a walkthrough, okay? A walkthrough, you have to know where to go. And here I just want to say that you can still get spot while you're doing that, all these animations, so be careful, stand back. Trigger the chemical reaction to create the cure, and once this is done, it's gonna be another specific checkpoint for me. There's multiple save points in the game, okay, but I'm trying to avoid saving too much for difficulty purposes. But here is a place where I'm using like a key save spot, and after this we're gonna go back the same way again. It doesn't matter if she's there, okay? We're gonna get up on that furniture, and then after this we go back on the pipe, same way we came from, and it's actually a really nice route, okay? After this, because there's not the second guard here leaning against the wall, I will close the door, call the elevator. Yes, the alarm will trigger the enemy around. It won't matter, because by the time it triggers, it will trigger back on the 3rd floor, so they will have to go down and then go up again. And by the time they go up again, I will already be going for the good doctor to inject the serum. See, now he's gonna run to that location. Guaranteed the guard is gonna run. So here, by destroying the key nest earlier, you can see I can navigate through this area much faster. Now here, don't run when you get inside the room, okay? I mean, make sure you slide like I just did, because you have to make sure you don't get spotted. Me, I'm gonna jump on that little plank of wood holding like between the 2 walls. And here I almost thought she was glitched because of how she was moving really erratically, but no, doesn't matter, she's staying there. And when I say moving erratically, at the same fucking place, you know? So, after this is done, we're gonna talk to the good doctor and we're gonna make our way out. And this is a part of the mission where it will be really tricky. I will explain why. Because the mission, okay, gives you specific direction on where to go. Okay, you will see at some point when I'm going down, back down, and I'm gonna wait at the door again because for some reason every time I triggered the elevator, when I would come back to this door, there would be a guard there. So what I'm doing here is like literally can't hear shit, guys. I'm just being patient, making sure that there's no one around, okay? So here, I will take a chance, open the door, check. There's no one. That's like perfect. We're not going to use the elevator to go down. We're going to use the chandelier again. It's much easier, much safer. You won't attract any guard. And simple as that. So if you follow the map, you see they want me to go behind through that door outside. Okay? We're not going to do that at all. We're not going to follow the route that the game gives us. The objective, because it's bad, okay? In my opinion, the route they want you to take is really bad. And here, for some reason, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think he saw me. I think he somehow triggered because the wall of light is off. But, I mean, it's been off for a while. And I assume if you've been patrolling that area, you must have noticed before that it was off. So, it's really odd behavior. And here, I'm trying to see between those little holes if I could see him where he's walking. And he's walking to the left side. We're going to use that obstacle to our advantage to hide. Well, to hide ourselves here. Stop jumping. There's still the guard working on the typewriter up there. So you don't want to jump in front of him. Here you can continue jumping. This guy leaning against the rail. And we're going to come through here. I'm going to check. As soon as you get here and you look here, this will trigger this guard movement. Okay? After this, you will make your way to the end, to the left side, open the door. And this part will seem really easy, but it's actually quite tricky. The guard leaning against the rail outside, okay, will never move unless you trigger him with a sound. So what I'm going to do is something really bold. I'm going to actually make him spot me, but not make him go into red trigger that he literally spot me. And because of that, I use that to my advantage while they're busy searching for me back there to deactivate the tower. And I thought that strategy was pretty clever because if you come from outside, you're not going to be coming from this door. Also, really important here, I got really lucky here at the end with the last guard. Doesn't matter, he doesn't spot me, but really important, you got to be on the lowest point of the tower before you fall down, okay? If you don't want to take fall damage. If not, you're going to be taking fall damage. So if you're coming from outside, it's going to be quite hard to trigger that guard to go another way and be able to reach that area. So I was pretty proud of my strategy. Of course, guys, you can knock out the guard, but it makes things too easy and it's not pretty in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed the video as usual, and I will see you on the next mission. Peace out.